Hey, you guys remember me? Yeah, I've been gone for a solid minute. So I've only managed to build 5.5 cars this year. And let's start with the first one. That is the 599 GTO by Revell. This is probably one of my favorite Ferraris, and Revell, man, they knocked it out of the park with this kit. I also kind of hopped it up a bit with the Hobby Design Photo Etch kit. Just phenomenal build. If you guys could snag one, get it. It's worth it. The next build, I think, I probably should have went and reviewed all my builds before I made this video. But together, you and I, we all built this old Pro Street square body Chevy. If you guys remember right, we used the Pro Street chassis and the big block from the 67 Chevelle kit. Then I just kind of scrapped together a roll cage and, well, there it is. To me, it wasn't my best work. I was just on a deadline because it was a group build, so I just threw it together. But, well, some judges thought it was good enough for third place. I could have done better, guys. I let the team down on this one. After that, we built the Dodge Challenger drag pack. You guys know this one. This is the one that had the Viper V10 in it that I abused my 3D printer. You guys remember this one. The entire rear forelink, the axle, wheels, tires, half the interior, all 3D printed. And I use the word abuse lightly because you might hear it. It's running in the background, and it's still doing great. This was another just kind of quick build that I was hesitant to just put on the channel because this build sucked. I used some old Tamiya rattle can clear and it just came out all hazy, and just go watch the video. Now this was probably the highlight of 2023. This is the Alpha model F8 Tributo. This is the highlight of 2023, to me anyway. Truly an honor to let Alpha Models let me build that and the Aston Martin that we are going to see right here. I ran into a snag, a huge snag with this. Really all I'd done is get the body painted, and I just started wet sanding and polishing. And pains me to say it, but guys, I burnt some bridges with Alpha Model. They sent it to me, and I was going to drop everything in my life to get them built. And, well, as you guys may know, the wife dropped the D word on me. My basement flooded. My life went to shit after I got them. Not to mention I ran into a snag with the Aston Martin. Let me show you. Now the snag is not Alpha Model's fault. See that spot? Well, let me see if I can get this to focus. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Kind of. See that weird spot right there on my finger where it's real shiny? I got bit by a spider. And it was real bad, guys. I couldn't bend my finger. The wound was real gnarly looking, and it happened while I was mocking up this dashboard. So what I was doing is I had the vents, the cowl, the dash, the radio. I had all that kind of mocked up in there just to see how it fits. Then I reached over here to get something. I felt this extremely sharp pain in my finger. I looked back and there was a spider dug into me, and I just threw that. And all the pieces went flying everywhere, and it was a lot more violent than the reenactment there. I was able to find every single piece except for the big infotainment center piece right smack dab in the middle. And guys, I tore my entire work area apart. I think it fell down into the sump because just to the right of my workbench is the sump since I work in the basement. I mean, I got a cover on it, but there is that tiny little hole in it where the extraction pipe leads out. So I'm gonna rip that cover off and I guess fish around in there, see what happens. But the beauty of alpha models, it's held together by screws. So if I do find that later, just undo a couple screws, throw it in there, screw it back together, and it's good to go. And also, in my build, you guys might see a glass of whiskey in the background. I've been struggling with that too. And I do understand the irony that I'm showing off my completed builds with my celebratory pours here. Yeah. Long story short though, guys, I haven't had it in me to build anything for the past 2 months. So here's to hoping that 2024 is better, because I got a big stack of models to build.